Hey everybody, the Oscars are past us, but just prior to the Oscars, I happened upon a YouTuber I had never heard of him by the name of Amelia Dimoldenberg. She has 2 million subscribers. She is a red carpet phenom. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, how come I've never heard of her? And then I thought about PewDiePie. PewDiePie is one of the first YouTube stars to have this mega sized YouTube audience. At that point, he had 32 million subscribers. Now, the way I found out about PewDiePie was a press release that was sent to me saying that PewDiePie has reached 32, I said 32,000, I meant 32 million subscribers, had 32 million subscribers. And I thought about it. Wait a minute. If he really had that many subscribers, shouldn't I have known about him without, you know, being sent a press release? Right? And the only reason I discovered Miss Amelia de Moldenberg is because the Academy announced she was one of the Academy's official social media specialists, or words to that effect. In other words, they promoted her. In other words, PewDiePie was being promoted. Okay, so are those? I hate to ask, 32 million, or in his case, excuse me, her case, 2 million, and in his case, 32 million subscribers, real people? I conducted the PewDiePie test, what I call it now, when I learned about this 32 million sized fan base. I went around just randomly to stores and I asked the clerk, I bought something, of course, have you ever heard of PewDiePie? You know what the answer I got was? No. No one had ever heard of PewDiePie. So how can PewDiePie have 32 million subscribers and yet no one around town has ever heard of him? Does that make sense? You know, I mean, I can see where Tom Cruise has millions of fans. Everybody knows him because they see him on film. It's logical. And it's logical that he would have millions of subscribers on YouTube for his channel, which I believe he does, and his other social media platforms. But what about a person who doesn't have that kind of exposure? Is YouTube providing a real audience, or is it a fake audience? And if it is a fake audience, if it is a created audience, what does it say about YouTube or any of the other platforms that fake the creation of these audiences? Does it mean that they can decide, hey, if you're black, you can't have that audience, but if you're white, you can? These are really controversial conversations we need to have, because I don't trust that a person can create their fandom just on a platform. And yet this comes from a person who's created their celebrity on this platform. But I did it in a different way. See, I believe that if you make a video blog about a place, a person, place, or a thing, a noun, that when someone searches for that noun and they find your video, that's how they find out about you. Okay. And that has worked for me very, very well. For example, I do vlogs about airports in airports. Atlanta, I've had on 2 occasions people come up to me and say, hey, you're Zenny62. I saw your video. Or I saw your video about O'Hare, about how to get from the terminal, middle terminal gate, F gates, over to the B concourse of United Airlines. You get the idea. People have a need to know something. They look for that in a search. They find my video, and that's how they know about me. But it doesn't translate into millions of subscribers. All right? Because in my case, the need is episodic. So a person looks for information and they find my video instead of a blog post or a news report. They've got their information, so they don't need to follow me unless, of course, I'm putting out more content that's informative to them about a particular subject. like, how to cook ziti or something like that, right? Which maybe I should do. But the bottom line is, you got to engineer that many followers. I simply don't believe that just happens automatically, absent the impact of large a large group of people seeing you at an event that draws the attention of a large group of people. I believe that's engineered. Prove me wrong. Subscribe to Zenny62. I'll see you. Hey, but I have to say, Amelia Dimoldenberg, by all accounts, appears to be a very beautiful and engaging young lady who deserves all the accolades she gets. A-list movie stars come over, seek her out, and they hug her. So there's a factor. There's a factor. We'll see you.